R to the A to the R to the A to the R to the A to the R to the A to the. Hey y'all, my name is Rachel, but you can call me Simply Rach. So I'm coming to you with a new video using the Viseart Dark Edit. So this is just a quick get ready with me as I go and grab dinner real fast. So I just want to do something real simple using the palettes. I haven't been able to play with it. And also trying another couple newer products that I've picked up recently that I haven't been able to haul separately. So kind of just added them all into one video. And also, if this is the first time in my channel, you know that I have a preference towards more high-end products, but also dibble and dab in certain drugstore products as well. So if you want more information on that, or you just want to stay tuned, so go ahead and like and subscribe while you're here. I would definitely appreciate my growing family. And go ahead. All right, so we're actually going to start off with, I washed my face earlier today. Whoa, sprayer on this bad, but I want to start off with the Cloud of Lee just to give me a little bit of moisture as I go into my foundation. So I'm going to start off with the foundation. So this is a newer buy for me. This is one of the cult faves. It is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. So it's supposed to create a natural finish, which is my preference. I don't like to go too dewy, don't like to go matte. I like to just sit right there in the middle for more of a natural look when it comes to my makeup. So I did not get a Giorgio Armani primer because I have multiple primers that I wanted to try. And this go around, I wanted to give the Hello Fab. I actually got this, focus, probably didn't go to focus. All right, so I got this in my Sephora Play this month. So this is the Hello Fab Pores Be Gone Matte Primer with Fig Extract. So I've used this once this month and I really love the smell. So go ahead and put this over here. Got my mirror. And so let's go ahead. I'm going to use this just a little bit because if it's a natural finish, I have combination skin, so I don't want to use, I want to use a nice base that is going to keep me matte. So I'm going to use that, but then also, I don't go anywhere without this bad boy. This is my Versali. So one tip that I have had to make it, because it feels like it's empty all the time. Even when I first got it, it felt like it was empty. But what I do is I shake it up a little bit and then I'll go ahead and squeeze it. And typically, nope, not that time either. But yeah, I got a little bit, but it's just, that's how much it squeezes out. It's very little. Second go around, that was more. But that's all that I need for my whole face. And I normally focus this on the T-zone area. So like I said, I'm about to head out to dinner. I'm going to a place called Hattie B's. So if you live in Nashville, Atlanta, I think Birmingham, it's just like a southern, it's like the Nashville hot chicken. It's actually the second time I've had it. I had it on Friday and it was so good that I've been thinking about it all weekend. So I want to go back. So if everyone's saying Popeyes is the best.
Here you go. Oh, thank you. Yeah. You think I can get some? Get that shit out my face!
No, Chick-fil-A is the best, maybe, but Hattie B's, I cannot wait to get it. The only thing is so spicy. I got a medium and my mouth was on fire, so I'm still gonna get the medium because it was still where it was hot, but you can still taste your food, so it was that great compromise. But I'm excited to get it again. So let's go into the foundation. So the main reason I got this foundation, I just got the Pat McGrath not that long ago. That's been my go-to foundation. But one thing I do like to do is follow different brands on Instagram. And because, a little dark, there's one pump. So because I do follow a bunch of brands on Instagram, my ads typically, it's dark, but I think that will work. It's dark like me. And it's supposed to be, they describe it as very deep with a dark undertone. So as a reference point, I use the NARS New Caledonia, and in the Pat McGrath I was just talking about, I'm in a 29. So I actually think this looks really good. And it looks buildable. You can still see some of my dark spots, but I think I am going to just do one pump. So that way it's more of a natural finish. Like, I'm literally going to a place where you walk up to the counter, you order your food, and you go. So I'm probably not going to stay there to eat, but I just don't want to be like super beat. And as you can see with this, like, I love this type of finish. It's very natural. It doesn't look like I have on much makeup. And then this has been my go-to lately. This is the Giorgio Armani like Power Fabric something something something, but it's actually, describe it as a matte concealer, but I really don't get the matte out of this. And one thing about it is this is a 12, and I actually bought, because I like this so much, the 13 as well. I must have let, oh no, the 13 as well. So this is the 13, and actually we'll show it because it was really hard for me to find anybody on Instagram that was my complexion that was wearing these types of foundations, or not even foundation, well, the foundation too. I couldn't find anyone that was my deep that wore this foundation or the concealer. So that's why I wanted to make this video. So that way if someone is my complexion and they're thinking about buying these products, they have a better reference point, because I was going to actually buy like 8 or 9 because of what it looked like on the Sephora website. But then I actually went into Sephora and swatched it, and I'm happy that I did because I'm an 11. And then actually, because you can see some of my spots over here, I'm going to just use a tad bit. So you can see, because this is 13 and the foundation was 14. I don't think I mentioned that. So it's a little bit lighter in the concealer, but look at that. Did exactly what I wanted it to do. And if you notice, I do this with all of my concealers. I let them sit for just a minute so it helps with the pigmentation. Just the right amount of brightness. And I have a widow's peak, so I have a tendency to like hit here and kind of like an oval shape when I'm applying my concealer. Put a little bit on my mustache to cover it up. And then also a little bit on the chin. But yeah, I definitely like the 14, and it is very natural. So to set my makeup under my eyes, see if I have the right brushes, I am going to be using my Lauder Mercier translucent powder. When I'm just getting ready real fast, I prefer to use the pressed powder because it's not as messy. So I actually have both, like a small one of the pressed or the loose powder, and then I have this one as well. And actually, a good makeup tip, I actually buy this one off of NARS, their website, because I can find certain makeup on there for discounted. Like I got my NARS Audacious lipsticks from there as well. It's just the selection isn't the best, but I like to go there because the price difference, because on Sephora, this is like $36, and then I can get this one for around $20 on the NARS. So that's almost 50% off. So that is a great deal. So that's a good tip. If you have never looked at the NARS online makeup section, I definitely recommend giving that a whirl. And then to set, I brought down the, maybe I will, never mind. I was going to actually use another pressed powder, but while I already have it here, I would just use like a tiny, tiny bit. So this is the Laura Mercier loose powder, the tinted loose powder. Just put it inside of my little pad, work it in, and then press and roll. I just do this mainly on the outskirts, and then also right in this area where I have a bit more texture. So if I was really trying to get dolled up, I would actually probably take a lighter powder and put it right here, try to do a little bit of reverse contouring, but right now I'm just trying to do something really quick and easy so I can go grab me something to eat. And then so next, let's see, I think I'll go ahead, do a little refresh. Now I got this during the last little 20% off sale that they had for the Rouge members at the Sephora. And it was only $18 even normally, and it's a huge size. So this is something I like to keep on the bedside just to have a quick little wake me up in the morning. So this is always a good thing. I think this is worth buying. And so next, let's go into the bronzer. So this bronzer is almost like a little urban legend, so that's why I don't really like putting it on my videos, but this here is the Guerlain number 9, and they've actually discontinued this, so I know that once it is actually gone, that's going to be it. But just to give a little comparison of what it looks like, to me, it looks really similar to my skin. You can't even really see I put it on there. But I like what it does to my cheeks because it's still very natural because it has yellow undertones rather than red undertones and a tiny bit of sparkle. I don't even think that it's really giving it justice. But you gotta think, this is the darkest bronzer that Guerlain had and then it discontinued it. That's one thing that I have struggled. I'm in the search of trying to find a high-end bronzer, but now that there are, Fenty has one, Estee Beverly Hills has one, I don't really need to go into luxury makeup. If I can find it at Sephora, then that is more the merrier. But if you can find it in the drugstore, that's even better. So to give this a little bit more warmth and a little more red, I actually bought the CoverGirl Queen collection. I got this one off of Amazon a while ago, and I think that the ebony, they may have come back out with it, I'm not sure. But if you can see, that gives me just an added little zhuzh, but both of these have a little bit of sparkle to them. So sometimes I fluctuate between whether I want a matte bronzer or if I want one with a little bit sparkle, but do a side-by-side comparison. See, this is a little bit more red and this one is a little closer to my skin tone. So that's why I like this one to give me depth, but then I like this one to give me warmth. And together, give me cheekbones. Ow! All right, so next, we're gonna go ahead and go with a little bit of blush. But actually, because I don't know what I'm doing with my eyes, I wanna wait on my blush and my highlight because I have here the Viseart Dark Edit, and I bought this specifically because it has great fall colors. So like I've talked about in some of my other videos, first of all, let's talk about this first. It is very smooth, but to give it a size comparison, this is the Huda Beauty Mini, and then this is the Dark Edit. So in size, it is small, but in terms of the amount of makeup, it's about 12 ounces. And I can't remember the last time I hit pan on an eyeshadow because I'm always buying different ones. Like, look at this one. Got it last year, and there's little bits. Like, I never hit pan because I'm always buying new makeup. So the fact that I was going to be able to get this for $39 compared to most of their palettes are over 100 if you want to get the big ones, and then the others that we're looking at were like 80. This is to give me like an intro, and the main reason I wanted to intro into this is because I have heard that they have some of the best mattes, and I was very curious as to what the formula is on their matte makeup. And so let me go ahead, just adding a little bit of concealer as a base. And I know I normally go, like my favorite color, I already can tell. And I'll have swatches at the end of the video, but just based off of what I naturally gravitate to, this orange is the first thing. And then a lot of times when I was looking at this in other people's videos, this was not showing up as beautiful as it really is. And this one, it looks brown, but when you put it on the skin, it has like this orangish tint to it, which makes it so beautiful for fall. So definitely digging into that. But also one of the main colors that I picked this for was for some of these olives at the end, because I'm hoping they actually show up on my skin. So I was trying to decide between getting this or the new Natasha Denona, which had like the olive colors. But this one I felt like would be a little bit more pigmented. So let's see here. May actually speed through some of this, mainly focused on what the final product is. But first color, and that color's name is Toffee. I would not say you can really see the toffee on my skin tone, but it creates a great transition. Let's go with the green. Oh, now that shows up. And it is gorgeous. Because based off of the information I read on Viseart, the color that it shows up in the pan is the color it should show up on my skin. And this green is definitely rating true to that. So I know that typically I would start with lighter colors and work my way up, but I'm really going to focus in on this green, because this is essentially the area of the palette that I bought this for. And this green is called Olive. It doesn't look like they have super creativity in their names, but I like that because I can pronounce them. All right, so that is showing up very well. But I definitely want to keep this rather bright. So next, I want to try out their shimmers. And this is in the color Abstain. Ooh, this is pretty. Because I've been noticing a lot of people doing different fall looks, and I am for it. But I don't think anyone is coming out or using these greens. Oh my God, I wasn't planning on this, but ooh, she pretty. And as you see, I'm doing just like a little dip, and the pigment is there. So this is one of those small but mighty palettes. Definitely happy to play with this some more. Yeah, so definitely check out my Instagram, because I am going to do a video probably later this week of products that I'm going to have my monthly stash, and this is one of them. So I will try to do a different look with each line, because I think that how the story could go, this is like greens, this is like the purple, so I could do that as one look, or I could just do it like that. Yeah, there's multiple things that I can do with this palette, but this green, I brought down a brown lipstick, but I almost want to rock a red or orange. Let's see, I may have to pause this and go upstairs, because I just recently, I'll show you what I bought. So it's the Laura Mercier, and it's brown. Ooh, do I want to go orange? Do I want to go brown? I think I'm going to stick with it because this is Laura Mercier. This is the first time that I have bought any of these extreme. It's called Velour Extreme Matte Lipstick. Bomb. I love me some lipstick and I love me some lipstick. And this is in the color Rock, and it is a true like chocolate brown. So yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit of warmth to this eye so that this brown will work. So I'm gonna go into the color that eye stood out to me. This is the orange. So I love a good shimmer. I'm gonna use my finger just to pick up a little bit of the shimmers. Let's see. Ooh. Well, two just fell out. So I know that these are magnetized because they have it where you can like mix and match these with the other palettes. But I've had two just fall out. That shows me to be very careful when I'm going to go close this, because the last thing I ever need is for one of them to fall, hit the floor and break, and then I really break something. This is a beautiful, beautiful color. I guess I'm not used to having the green on the inside. So here, I'm trying to look at inside the camera and look in my mirror at the same time. I think I will rock it. We do a little more blending. Yes. Alrighty, so let's go in. And I got this in my Allure box this month, and I really don't even see what it really does to my skin. It gives a little bit of glow, but this is one of those products where I'm like, yeah, if I didn't get it into a box, would I have purchased this? But look at that. I'm all about the natural from within, so it does give me a little something. But it's very subtle. I always like to sometimes add a little something to it. But for what we're doing today, I think I'm gonna keep it real natural. So let me pull back out my lipstick in the color Rock. And this is from Laura Mercier. And this is one of the most beautiful nudes. I've been on a brown kick lately, and I got this, and I also got one of the new Natasha Denonas. But I love the fact that with this one, that it has great precision, so I can hit all of my lip, and then you can pull it out. It actually has like a little sharpener on the bottom, so love that. Look at that color, like that's, ugh. This is probably one of the just perfect nudes, like, ooh, and it lasts all day. So that was a great perk. So what else to finish it? I'm going to go with, this is a Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is one of the trios. So this is Berry Adore. I got this like last year, but you can see like this stuff lasts forever. I don't know if it lasts forever, or do I just buy so much makeup that I don't get back to stuff that I like I should. But this is something that will also be in my stash this month, just because this particular color is called Desert. But I think that it gives me like a nice little pop of color, because some of the others are a little bit more saturated. But this one here is very subtle. And last but not least, where are you at? Hold on, let me hit my eyebrows. So I'm not doing a pencil or anything like that, just trying to make sure that they look tamed. And this is something I got in another box. This is Brow Gal. And I like the applicator, so it's very small and thin. But I still don't know if it's one of my go-tos. I wanted to try it today, just haven't worn it in a while. Typically my go-to is the Milk. I love their brow, like this one is really, like it's small in terms of the applicator, but it's very saturated in color. So sometimes it can be a little Eddie Monster, but that's why I'm mixing this and going to this today. What I was just looking for, because I got all my makeup down here. Oh, there we go. This is something I got in a Allure box as well. So this is the Hourglass Caution Mascara. You can take a look-see at it's nothing special. This is like, it's new. So a lot of times with mascara, I like to give them about a week so that way they can get a little wet and kind of work themselves out. This one is okay, but I really don't see what the hype is. I'm always trying new mascaras, and this one is just so far in the okay category. I really don't buy too much from Hourglass. I don't think that a lot of their line is extensive enough for me in terms of color selection. Like, I love their blushes. I think the marble is great, but I think that they may need something a little bit deeper. So I want to add them to my list to really give them a real chance. Because I have seen a purple blush from them that I want to try, but like their holiday collection, it just feels like I could only use some of those colors, so it's not something I gravitate to. But that's the only thing, because even I've been online, so I'm waiting for the Chanel holiday collection to come out because I really want that highlighter. But typically I don't have very much from her besides perfume. So if I'm going to buy a highlighter, I want to buy like a couple items, like a foundation, eyeshadow. But I'm looking at the foundation online. I was on Barney's website and they didn't have very much for me to work with. So I'm like, okay. So I think it's a very natural look. Just going to go grab a quick bite. And to finish her off, I'm going to use the Milk Blur setting powder. It's like a matte, but I like this as one of my favorite mattes because it's not too much. And then to just kind of finish everything off, this is the Laura Mercier Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder 5. I'm just gonna do this as a little buffing action. Actually making it a little stiffer. Just to finish everything off, melt it all together. So this is the finished product. Very light, natural look. That way I can go ahead and eat me some Hattie B's. Once again, definitely if you made it this far, my name is Rachel. Please like and subscribe and tune into my channel. And while you're here, I'm starting to build up a little bit of a collection of videos. So go ahead, I should insert probably like here or wherever they put the thing, my next couple videos. So that way you can go ahead and binge watch a couple and tell me what you think. And also, if you live down south, have you had Hattie B's? What else have you tried in terms of this hot Nashville chicken? So that way I can try other places, especially if you live here in Atlanta. So once again, thank you for tuning in to my Get Ready With Me with some of the new for me makeup. Enjoy your Sunday. Bye.